These swamps are home to Zuni tyrannus, a mid-sized tyrannosaur. And they're also home to this weird creature, Northronicus. It's actually a close relative of the tyrannosaur, but with one major difference. Northronicus has given up eating meat. Therizinosaurs had been a mystery for decades, known only from tantalizing fragments. That all changed with the discovery of Northronicus. It gave us our clearest look at this strange group of dinosaurs. It walked upright on short, stocky legs. It had wide hips and a long neck. Its teeth showed that these weren't the teeth of a killer. Far from its ferocious tyrannosaur cousins, this pot-bellied dinosaur had evolved into a strict vegetarian. But armed with viciously long claws on its forearms, it was by no means defenseless. By becoming a plant eater, Northronicus has easy access to food. Northronicus thrives here because it doesn't compete with the tyrannosaurs. But just because you're not competing for food doesn't mean you're not seen as food. Over the next few million years, tyrannosaurs evolved, getting bigger and more deadly. They developed into the ultimate predators and dominated virtually all of Asia and North America. The most famous of these might be T. rex, but it was just the last in a long line of giant killers. 75 million years ago, North America was home to the original giant tyrannosaur, Daspletosaurus. Its effectiveness as a killer is clear from its anatomy. It's massive, with a huge, strong skull and a powerful, muscular neck. Forward-facing eyes make tracking moving prey easy. They've famously short arms, but with these giant tyrannosaurs, it's all about the bite. Daspletosaurus. With a bite force unmatched by any other dinosaur in the region. This is a killer in a completely different league. This group have congregated to take advantage of an annual event. A vast herd of Centrosaurus is on the move. Unwittingly, they're walking towards almost certain death. In Dinosaur Provincial Park, thousands of bones have been discovered scattered across the same rock layer. They belong to the horned dinosaur Centrosaurus, and they appear to be the bone beds of vast killing fields, sites of wholesale slaughter. Seasonal monsoons drives the centrosaurs inland, away from coastal flooding. Herding behavior protects the many, but at the expense of the few. And things are about to get worse for the centrosaurs. With a flooded river ahead and the Daspletosaurus behind, the stage is now set for a massacre. But despite the rich pickings, it's not the Daspletosaurus that are responsible for the scale of the slaughter. There's an even more deadly killer at work here. killer is the weather itself. Recent studies of this dense bone bed indicate that 96% of the bones are of a single species, Centrosaurus, and relatively few of the bones display any bite marks. The fossil evidence suggests that this was a mass drowning, the result of widespread seasonal flooding, an event that we have seen repeated in over 20 different sites. And when the waters recede, new opportunities emerge. But even in the fight for rotting flesh, Daspletosaurus' authority is absolute. Tyrannosaur's domination of the globe might have been total had it not been for a strange quirk in the arrangement of the continents. 75 million years ago, the planet had a clear north-south divide with no physical link between the parts of the globe. It meant the tyrannosaurs couldn't spread to the southern continents. Here, a different type of killer reigned supreme. These were abelisaurids. In the last 10 years, Madagascar has provided the most comprehensive evidence about these predators. 70 million years ago, Madagascar was already an island. In the Cretaceous period, Madagascar was subject to devastating droughts. For big predators like Majungasaurus, scavenging is the only way to survive. We thought Majungasaurus was the top predator here. But then, in 2003, some bones of a number of Majungasaurs were reported gouged with teeth marks. It appeared there was a bigger, more brutal killer at large. A carcass will attract every big predator for miles around.